Okay, guys, the following message is for everybody who watched Keijo episode 6. Guys, episode 6 of Keijo has been pretty good. I mean, I give this episode a B plus, some B plus effort in this, because last week we had like ton of references. We had a Rasengan Chidori moment in last week's episode, but in this, I give Keijo's B plus. I mean, they dropped the fan service and the references away from 5 and move on to 6, where we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break on this episode. It's like they're saying, okay, we had ton of laughters in the first 5 episodes with the fan service and the references, but we're gonna tone that down. So we're gonna have like 40% of it, of the fan service and the references. So now, episode 6 is all about the Miyata's past a little bit. Her past is so dark, but we're gonna get to that. So, the girls from room 309 has officially been moved up to elite class. Yes, the 4 girls that we all know and love are now elite class members. So, what's after that? Well, I'll tell you. They are now going to Kyoto. The 4 girls, room 309 and the rest of the elite girls are going to Kyoto to do more training. But not only training, they had some moments where they just like, hey, we got some free time. Let's just roam around the place, enjoy yourself. Now, the thing about Miyata that she want to do a little sightseeing, but then everybody is just like jumping in front of her, and I feel bad for her. Funny, but I feel bad for her. I don't know why. So, now back to Miyata's past. Her past is so freaking dark. I mean, like, it's one of those cliche animes where it's like a young boy runs a store or dojo, whatever, and they can't even have free time on their own because the fact that their father or mother forced them to run this place. And then there's run away to become a Keijo player. You know what I mean? It's kind of like those cliche animes. You see a lot these days, and you feel bad for them, and you kind of do. So the 4 girls decide, you know what? The 4 of us want to get some hang out together. We don't want to hang out with the girls that we face, but let's hang out with everybody. Let's have some fun. And they did. But then when they come back though, just how funny it is. Like with the outfits though, you got Miyata holding that monkey, and that big ass holding monkey, and you got Alba-chan with the 5 swords, and she reminds me of Homura from Shinrin Kagura. And if you watch Shinrin Kagura, if you guys know Shinrin Kagura, you know the girl with the 5 swords and whatnot, hanging on each side, and yeah, I'm like, this is some Shinrin Kagura, man. Like, what the fuck? Funniness. So now, and they have to confiscate everything. I feel bad for them. But now we get to the fun part where we actually know Nozomi's class. Because remember, back in previous episodes, back in all the episodes, we didn't know about her, what class she's in because of her vacuum butt cannon. But it's been confirmed now that she's an infighter. Now, if you guys are familiar with infighters are people with close range ability and just like striking and strength. So keep that in mind. Just recap episode 3 and just watch that 3 different types. But you'll see that's Nozomi's an infighter. So now, class 309 has been separated, and now they have classes where it's like infighter class here, outsider class here, encounter classes goes here. Now, another thing is, we introduced a new character who I thought it was a student, but it's actually a girl. It's actually a Keijo pro player, and her hair is so deep. It's like from gray, like the lower hair is gray to like black. And every time I see that, I get the feeling that I know characters that have this hair, and I just can't put my finger on it. So guys, if you post a comment on this and tell me who you think has that kind. It's just the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember the names of characters that have this hair. It comes up, but I can't put my finger on it. But you know how character got the color hair down here and go all the way up to black hair thing? Yeah, that's how it is. I think it's that Toriko character. I think so. I mean, just take my word for it. I don't know. But you get but if you've seen characters with that color, let me know. Post it in my comments so I can recap it. But, another thing. We all know that there's like special moves that her name is, Shirayuki. Now, Shirayuki is a Keijo player, and they call her I got the word right here. The missile, she's an infighter missile. In other words, she's a missile, lady of Kyoto. She's the missile lady of Kyoto. Now, if you guys know what a missile is, like a torpedo, like whoosh, straightforward. Now, another thing about her is that her ability. Okay, here's the funny thing. You're gonna like this. You're really gonna love this. Okay, so the pillars fall down like some Attack on Titan wall thing, and then all of a sudden, here come her with that butt missile to missile action, and just literally chop, chop, chop everything. And I'm like, damn, damn. I mean, she ain't that old, guys. She ain't that old. She be one of those anime milfs or whatnot. But get my word. Don't take my word for it. Just watch that. So now we get that. Now another girl that now there's another character. A new character has been added to the group, and her name is what's her name? I gotta put this down. I had her name in some paper here, and I think, oh yeah, here you go, Usagi-chan. Now, yes, Usagi-chan. We hear that name a lot, and like, for example, Usagi Sailor Moon name, but not the Sailor Moon name. We're talking about Usagi and Keijo. Now, Keijo, she's a character that with the bunny ears. And I seen her face in the opening. So if you guys watch the opening of Keijo and show all the girls lined up, you're gonna see her like probably on the left side, far left. And you see that long hair. That's why her hoodie's hiding it. She's one of those pigtail characters that just love the girl so much. Not the main girl, but she's just a huge fan of her. You know what I mean? It's like, you see that a lot when a pigtail anime character, pigtail girl has a crush on this girl so much. She's a freaking pervert. Kind of like that girl in Sabujo, Survival Game Club. Ura, she just loved Momoka-sama. So yeah, you just picture that. So watch Survival Game Club and look at that pigtail girl and tell me that she ain't the same as her with that girl. Come on, so obvious. She's a freaking pervert. So now we're gonna move on to the match. Now here's the thing. So the 4 infighters is going against the pro Keijo player who's also an infighter. So she just want to test them out and see what they do. Her face, now Nozomi's facing off her. She want to go first, but before I get to that, can I say something? This Keijo player, this infighter is a freaking perfectionist. She kind of reminds me of Def the Kid. She's just all about perfection. Like her nails is like, oh, your nails short, let me cut them off. Oh, your tight, so let me take this off. I'm like, this girl is Def the Kid, but this is like a female version of Def the Kid, just put it like that. Except Def the Kid's perfectionist, so she probably is perfectionist. But anyway, Nozomi against Shiroyuki. The first match was intense. I mean, Nozomi's just like hitting every ounce of her body, and she's just dodging them like it's nothing. She's just dodging them because she knows that you suck. But mind you, she said all her moves are good. The problem is, you got a weak point, you lack something. And all she did was just hit the back of her ass using the anal missile and just hit the center crack of Nozomi's ass and just knocked her out with just one hit. And it knocked her out like a skipping stone. Now all she said was that you have a weak point. You got a body, you didn't know that? That's really kind of effed up to think about it. That's kind of fucked up. How are you gonna Nozomi had this perfect ass and a perfect body, guys, but she had no idea about her weak points. But the pro Keijo player who's a pro actually knows about her weak point in that much of a second. That's kind of depressing for Nozomi, not knowing how she do this. Like, what? That's really kind of effed up. Now, as that show ends, we kicked with Miyata wearing that UTM outfit that Nozomi wear. All cute and everything. Kind of brought up a little bit of fan service for everybody like to see her. I mean, just imagine if every girl you like at Keijo wants to see him dress them in the UTM outfit. Just picture that. You see Alba-chan dressing up a red man. But yeah, it's pretty good. So now, next week, episode 7. Let's get excited for this right here. So episode 7, tune in next week.